our reading. Has anyone ever heard the word metacognition? It's a pretty big one, right? So, what we're going to talk about today is metacognition. The idea is what is in the book, the actual things that we read, and then the things that we think about while we're reading. Have you guys ever thought about fake reading? What do you think that would mean if I said fake reading? Mara, what do you think?
Like when you pretend to read, like not what's on the page.
That is true. What else, Jacqueline?
You're just staring at the words on it.
You could do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate what I think fake reading is, okay? Uh-oh, thought Allison, a giraffe wouldn't fit in the house. Her parents would have had to cut holes in the roof. Maybe a crocodile would be better. A crocodile is short. She'd make it a big leash and go for a walk in the park. Now, what did that sound like to you guys? See?
That was a little too fast, so I couldn't understand it.
So a lot of times when we're starting to work on our reading skills, we think that if we're the fastest readers, then we're doing the best job. That is not true. We want to take our time and we want to think about the things that we're reading. All of our things should be connected to thoughts. So you know how we do our Venn diagrams for our readings? So in the middle is what we think real reading is. So the combination of the text, which is what is text? Mackenzie?
Like what the book's about.
Yeah, what the author says, right? The actual words that we're reading, that's the text. And then in this part, what is this? Yeah, so this is our brain, so these things that we're thinking while we're reading. So, to work on this, I need 2 volunteers. Oh my goodness. Mackenzie and Isabella. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to read you guys a passage, okay? Just a short story. Isabel and Mackenzie are going to help me make a real reading salad. Sounds pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Never thought about a reading salad, have we? So what we're not going to eat it, but we're going to use it for our brain food. So Isabella is going to be doing text. So tomatoes are going to be the text. So when I read something that's important, and I'll point to the page, Isabella's going to throw a tomato into our salad. Mackenzie, every time I connect to my thoughts, I'm going to tap my head, so you're going to be watching me, right? When I tap my head, then she's going to throw a piece of lettuce into our salad, which is really what we're thinking. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We try it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to read a first pet for you, all about hamsters. I know. So, you want a pet that you can take care of yourself. But what kind of pet? I wonder what kind of pet I would want. Before you make up your mind, think about what it will mean to own your own living animal. Remember that a pet cannot live without you. That sounds like an important text. It cannot catch its own food or eat or find its own water to drink. It cannot clean its own cage. A pet is not a toy. They are fun to play with though, but not a toy. When you get tired of a toy, you put it away and forget about it. You cannot ever forget about your pet. Your pet will need you or someone like you to take care of it all of its life. Interesting. If you are sure that you can take care of good care of an animal, then it's time to choose your pet. I think I'm ready for my own pet. What would I choose? 2 kinds of animals that make good pets are hamsters and kittens. The hamster is a kind of animal that lives well in a cage. Interesting. The golden hamster looks like a tiny furry teddy bear. How cute. It has a very short tail. It has large cheek pouches where it stores food or litter. That's really interesting. I didn't know that until I read the text. And that makes me think because that's something that I've always wondered. So I'm thinking and I'm finding things in the text. To make a home for a hamster, you will need a hamster cage. The hamster cage should have a pan that can be removed and cleaned. Very interesting text. Put some papers on the bottom of the pan. Then fill the pan with at least 2 inches of hay. Where would I find hay? Or hamster litter for bedding. Very interesting. The papers will help to keep the bedding in the cage. So, the point of this is that's not really like an entertaining book that we usually read, right? What the difference is we can use this with literature, what we do when we read to self, the fun books that we read, and we can also use this for all of our textbooks. So look at now in our salad. Can you guys see in here? Okay, everybody in your seats, please. We're quietly paying attention. My assistant Isabella is going to walk around and show everybody the salad. The point that I want you guys to see is a mixture of the green and red. It's not all red and it's not all green because we should be constantly connecting to the text, to what we're thinking about, and this is what we're looking for, is our real reading. You guys, this should not be talking. Just look in the salad, and we're going to have eyes up here and ears on me. So the reason I wanted to show you this is that now when we go into shared reading, I want everyone then to be using their thoughts to connect to the text. It's not just us racing through to see who can read the fastest, who reads first, but it's actually making our connections to real reading. That makes sense? What do you guys think about that? Thumbs up. And what is the new word that we learned? Someone remember? What is this whole strategy? Mackenzie? Metacognition. So that's a pretty big word, but this is a strategy that I want for you guys to use. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put this list up, and we're going to have it up on the smartboard for when you guys do shared reading. The things that I want you to think about. Metacognition. I'm thinking, I'm wondering, I'm noticing, I'm picturing, which is like when we talk about visualizing. It reminds me of, I'm figuring out, I just learned. Think about your thinking. Does that sound like something you guys can all do? Okay, I can't wait for you guys to try it with shared reading, all right? All right, thank you guys for listening. You want to put this in here? All right, thank you.